On this video, I want to talk about the emotional process that you go through as a taken in hand when you know that it's time. Time for a spanking. That emotional process that happens when you are facing a spanking and it's kind of leading up to it and you know that it's coming. So the first thing that happens is that nervous anticipation. It can be really nerve-wracking to know that you are facing punishment or correction. If you are facing a spanking and you know it's coming, there is a nervous anticipation because, especially if you know what you're in for, it can be kind of a lot to anticipate and it can be nerve-wracking. I definitely go through that. There is a genuine regret when you know that you are going to be getting a spanking and you know exactly why. There is a genuine regret that happens. In that nervous anticipation, there are those thoughts of like, why did I do this? I should not have done that. I completely regret my behavior, completely regret my actions. So there is that genuine regret that happens too. Then one thing that really happens to me, especially right before I get into position, is my stomach just drops. Like that pit in the stomach feeling of like, I really don't want to have to go through this. Even when I know that it's well-deserved, well-earned, I know that the only way to get through it is to go through it. I still just have that like pit in my stomach and I just really don't want to. But that is definitely something that happens in that process. And then right after that happens, as I am fully in position, right before the spanking happens, it's the acceptance. The acceptance of the inevitable. It's happening. There's nothing I can do about it, except go through the process, learn the lesson, get what I need out of this so that hopefully I don't have to repeat it again. And so that is kind of that acceptance that happens. Going through the process and knowing that there is purpose behind the punishment, that is the next kind of piece that happens in that emotional process of going through punishment, is that knowing that there's purpose behind it, knowing that it was earned or it was deserved, it has a purpose behind it. There is a lesson to be learned. And going through that process with that as your focus, that is something that, is a necessary part of that process as well. The relief of it being over. My spankings are not super long. Some may disagree, but typically, more often than not, when I'm getting a spanking, it's a correction. It's not very long. It's long enough, believe me, but it's not super long. And so the relief of when it's over, knowing that the spanking is over, the lesson has hopefully been learned, that I have accepted the process, I've gone through the process, and now it's over, and I can kind of feel that relief to know that I am completely forgiven. My mistake has been paid for. I am fully rectified in my relationship. I don't have to carry the weight of that mistake. I am free to assume my role in the relationship again, without the weight of my mistake looming over me. That is one of the best parts of this process, to be completely honest. Being able to move on in my relationship, being able to move on in my day, free of the weight of that mistake. That is the best part of the spanking itself, is knowing that there was purpose behind it, and that purpose was to give me the ability to move forward in a productive way, in a way that allows me to completely let go of the weight of the mistake that I made. And so That is kind of the emotional process that I go through when facing a spanking. From the nervous anticipation to kind of that pit in my stomach to accepting that this is going to happen and then feeling the relief and the forgiveness and the weight being lifted after the spanking has happened. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that that resonated with you. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if there's any process that you go through that I didn't cover, and I would be interested to hear about that. Otherwise, we will talk to you next time.